Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Good morning. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. So nice to be with the family. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama. Welcome, Evo, Janardhan, Shamagori, and Janaki, and whoever else is here that I can't see. Sri Krishna Caitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nichinunda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jesus Paul Srila Prabhupada Jesus Paul Srila Prabhupada Jesus Paul Srila Prabhupada Jesus Paul Srila Prabhupada Sri Advaita Nichinunda Gauranga 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 Shri Advaita Nichinunda Gauranga Gauranga Shri Advaita Nichinunda Gauranga Gauranga Shri Advaita Nichinunda Gauranga Shri Advaita Nichinanda Gauranga 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 Gauranga Shri Advaita Nichinanda Shri Advaita Nichinanda Gauranga Gauranga 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Oh my Lord Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Oh, my Lord Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Oh, my Lord. Oh, wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Every day is Christmas here. Oh my God, I can't believe it, man. How can it be this good? Am I dreaming? Can it be? Is it a dream? I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? I won't ask any questions. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I feel like Superman. Like with Krishna, I can do anything. Is it true, Lilita? With Krishna, I can do anything? Am I just dreaming? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. What do you think, Tom? With Krishna, can I do everything? You too? Maybe we all can. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I have the feeling with Krishna's name, I can overcome all obstacles, turn them into popsicles. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I think we got a Dean as our cheerleader also. Hey, he's competing with Amy. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. I think we're going to conquer the world with this name, man. Maya, watch out. You're in trouble now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. Which guru can we pick on today? Let's see. We'll have to find a good one. Whoever we pick on gets spiritually advanced just because of we're thinking about him. He gets all the mercy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Maria. Oh. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Nichinunda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Nichinunda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Paul, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Advaita Nichananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nichananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Aha. Jaya Dwaita, the book villain. That's guy changes Prabhupada's books. We'll get him. He's in for it now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. We'll speak a little bit. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nichinunda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. What a glorious path. This is amazing, man. Oh, jeez. God, it's so simple. It's so nice. We're just coming up. I feel like it's just getting to learn more and more what Lord Chaitanya realized, how and why he was so committed to chanting. It was amazing, Yeah. And it's more and more clear. I was reading a nice thing in Chaitanya Charitamrita. No, in Srimad Bhagavatam in 12th canto. We should probably pick on Acharya Dave because he wrote this. We have to give him some mercy. And see, he did a nice job in translating this 12th canto, 11th canto. Really good. I mean, I learn a lot from this book, these books. People say, oh, you shouldn't read them because Prabhupada didn't translate them. Well, I don't know, man. You got to see, um, well, I guess you got to be a little advanced. Otherwise, just stick with Prabhupada's books, what he translated. But there's some really good stuff in here, and I'll show you what I found here. It's the 12th canto. Uh-huh. So this is in Kali Yuga. Um, if you look in Kali Yuga, you'll see the attributes, the symptoms of Kali Yuga. You read in 12th canto, you'll see a lot of these symptoms are actually already in effect. And let me read a couple of verses and show you what I'm talking about here. See, that's what you have to do is see, we need to extend our vision through the eyes of the scriptures. Otherwise, we're like, we have the glasses of the material body on. We can't really see um, the, the broader perspective, the broader picture of the world. And that's the problem. This is called knowledge. Transcendental knowledge is to see the broader picture of how God is working, like the one, this supreme consciousness, the absolute truth. Otherwise, we got a very small vision of what's happening. And this gives us a small experience of of what's true. We just have a very limited view, and this limited view in the modes of nature, in the with viewing through the glasses of the modes of nature, passion, ignorance, and even goodness. Still, goodness gives us a little more broader view. Like there is a God, and there's a unity, and they're all one with it. And the lower modes, you don't have that vision. See, and that's the right now what's the consciousness that is dominating. See, the planet now is consciousness in the mode of passion and ignorance. See, and promoting things that don't promote a unity. It's more of a destructive force, not a unifying force. But even that, you can, when you have even the broader picture of it, you see this is all under the control of the Lord. He's doing a specific work, just like the you can look in the reflection is in like what the demons are doing, the mode of passion and ignorance. You can look in the reflection and see what God is doing. See, you just see it reflected on that mirror. So because we're in the material world and we're seeing here all these are mirrors here. And so when you become a devotee, actually devotee, you get the devotional potency, you look in the mirror and you can see, oh yeah, I see. Okay. The perfected uh, part of this, the perfected idea of this is in the purpose of the Lord, what he's looking to do. See, and so that's why you see in the end, the Lord saves the day. See, the Lord is this manifestation of higher consciousness above the modes of nature. In the absolute plane of reality, the Lord wants to absorb that back in, like the two snakes. And then so the one snake is the Mahamaya, the other is the Yoga Maya, swallows up the Maya, you see, into the absolute reality. And so because this is the Kali Yuga, this is a very special one where Lord Caitanya comes. So it seems like everything's pretty much speeded up, at least for us. And I'll show you why in some of these verses. Because for this pure goodness to manifest in our hearts like it's doing, that certain conditions have to be met, and they're already being met in our Sangha. And that's why it's so unique and unusual, this kind of preaching. You see a wild man here, just like going around with a sword, slashing everything, like just slashing all kinds of things that people have believed in, that have kept everything the way it is, in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. Some of the people think, oh, it's so great, and then I'm going to slashing everything. But unless this is done, this pure mode of goodness will not manifest in the hearts of people here. And that's why it is manifesting, because of this doing. What we're doing is dethroning the kings in religion, just like they're kings of the world. See, that's why you see the mode of goodness is fighting with the mode of passion and ignorance. Those are saying, hey, wait a second here. You lie. We don't want a world where lies are dominant, where the lie is being made as the truth. Everything is inverted. That's what the demons do. They take everything and reverse it and make that the lie is the truth, and the truth is the lie. If you got any brain at all yet, then you start to see at least that level. See, that's what the demons do. They want their kingdom to be supreme. It's just natural. They compete. It's just like two kings warring: the king of goodness and passion, and the kings, the demigods, and the demons. They're the controllers of the material universe. Sometimes the demons get in control. Hiranyakashipu took over the whole universe. Yeah, see, the demon took control. Shankachuta also conquered the whole universe practically. The demigods came to Shiva to do something about this. Look at Kamsa. He took over the whole material, all of Earth. He did just what the UN did. You know, they're like the kings. You know, the kings of the countries got together and they made a pact. Let's do this thing. Let's depopulate the world to like uh, maybe 1 billion or 500 million. Actually, the Georgia Guidestones said, let's depopulate and let's put all the herd into the cities and let's agree to this because if we get together we can do this, otherwise we can't. So Kamsa did the same thing. This is only a rerun. There's nothing new about it. You know, you have to make alliances. All this has always been done. You have to make alliances to get more power with other rulers. See, so they've done this in the United Nations in 1993. This is all history. Okay? But not everybody knows that. Okay? Some people know it. See? And that's only part of the picture. If you just think that's all that's going on, well, you know, you're going to be unhappy because you'll be in the hurricane. You know, in the hurricane, the winds are blowing. That's the fight between the demigods and the demons. See, they don't see the deeper picture, the broader picture yet. See? So the devotees do. That was like Prahlad. He was born at that time when Hiranyakashipu took over the whole universe. He was so powerful, amazing. But you know what? He was actually a devotee. Isn't that amazing? That's why he actually had so much power because he was in a very shows you that everything is under the will of the Lord on some level. And so the Lord used actually a devotee from another lifetime and made them in the mood of a demon, you know, and then conquered the whole universe. And so sometimes this is the amazing plan of God that you can begin to understand through extending our vision through the Vedic scriptures, which we have mainly because of Lord Chaitanya's descent here. If Lord Chaitanya did not descend in this Kali Yuga, it would be so terrible already. There would be no Bhagavatam. It would be covered over by these demons. There would be no Prabhupada here. There would be nobody, no Jesus Christ. That would be just totally covered over. None of that would be. It would just be one miserable place run by these people that are coming out of the woodwork now. All you would see in Newsoms and Comos, all lying to you and cheating you and oppressing the people. And because, you know, look what they're doing now. Could you imagine that would be magnified 100 times? You know, poisoning your water so you can't think. You know, all the population, they don't want to be spiritually advanced. Can you imagine being under this? Is Kali Yuga. Welcome to Kali Yuga. But Lord Chaitanya came and made a big difference. See, all the way to this point. See? And for us, we're dethroning those kings even in religion because they're not really qualified. It's a lie. It's not much different than these people lying to you that are in politics. So, what is the difference? Spiritual politics and material politics. They're all lies still. Okay? And so, if you want to go to the deeper level beyond religion, you have to listen to an empowered Shuddha Bhakta devotee. And then you can rise above those obstacles. You will stop believing in those kings. You'll stop believing in these gurus. Because if they can awaken ecstatic love in your heart, then they're not really kings that are, I mean, you know, in the position that I'm Guru Dev and I'm going to take you to Vrindavan. Isn't that the point of Krishna? What is Krishna? Krishna is transcendental. Radha is transcendental. They're the supreme revelation and realization, and you say you represent them? Oh, really? Where is your relation? Where is your proof of relation? The proof of relation is not some paper degree on the wall. It's the degree of your ecstatic devotion. Be in how the scriptures, see the scriptures, very important, describe describe the feelings that the residents of Vrindavan have. Do you have those feelings? See? Otherwise, you don't represent. We're here to dethrone you for your benefit so that you can move to the next platform and your disciples can too. Otherwise, you're stuck in your speculations. That's why I said, I made the post. We have the best, I just boldly just went out and just did it. You'll start doing it too. You just boldly go out and just tell the truth. Actually, we've got the best understanding of Guru Tattva in the whole Vaishnava, contemporary Vaishnava movement. Because you got to prove that a living person has to open their mouth and prove that they have the best understanding of Guru Tattva. Because if you've got the best, that means you've got the real door. You are the real door, and people go into the level of ecstatic devotion. That's proof that you got the best understanding of Guru Tattva, which is the door to real ecstatic devotion. If you don't have the best Guru Tattva, then you're not the best guru. You're just some low quality thing, something in the modes of nature. Okay? So what's the fault in hearing stuff like this? Oh, people will find plenty of fault with that when you're a speculator and you're stuck in the modes of nature, and then you can't get out of it. I don't care what you say and how much you're rade this and rade that. I look at your deeds and you're just a vaidhi bhakta, just believing in the rules and regulations. I know all of these things. I've been spying. They spy on us, right? I spied on them for years. I was in the Narayan Raj group, and I saw how deep their Radhe was. I'm sitting down in this Raganuga, spontaneous, purebhakti.com Sangha, right? I'm sitting down there taking prasadam, and these brahmacharis with him for 20-something, 30 years. And my knee touched the mat. What a horrible offense. They jumped up, whole bunch of these brahmacharis. Oh, what an offense. I'm thinking, what, my knee touched the mat? These are the so-called, spontaneous Raganuga devotees. For 20 years they get. And you guys come here for 5 years, and after a week, often you've gotten ecstatic prema that they can't get in 20 and 30 years there. So isn't it time to dethrone that baloney? Do you want to continue to believe in that? How are you going to get ecstatic devotion? You haven't gotten it for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years being with him? You haven't gotten it with Prabhupada's books, being a Ritvik? You still got these hard hearts with no realization practically? And you living dead gurus? You don't have any life of pure bhakti, ecstatic love, tears pouring out of your eyes like you see devotees chanting here every friggin' day. And with a realization that's better than 1,000 Acharya Devs. And you just can't appreciate it out there yet, and you will, yet because of your faith in speculations. And it is my job to dethrone those kings of speculation. Otherwise, you can't go move on. There's no chance of prema and awakening in your heart. You will die of Vaidhi Bhakta like them. Go ahead, River.
Raj, will you explain? Oh, could you just?
Okay, you got to stop.
It's Lolita's computer. Yeah. I'm just going to. One moment. Just turn your sound off. Can you explain? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you explain how, like, there's a devotee that's saying that they've got this same kind of Guru Tattva with Srila Prabhupada. They've got that same kind of, that we have. They've got that same Guru Tattva, but they haven't, because Prabhupada is not here in a living body. He's not able to install the mellows of devotion in the hearts of the devotees, so Krishna can surrender to them.
Yeah.
So will you explain the difference of what that is and what is here?
Yeah. Well, I already responded, and you can see it. So, okay.
Very good.
It's very simple. Like the verse, oh, take the verse here. Let me read the verse here. It's a beautiful verse. It's very important. If the Vaishnavas in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti will understand and listen here, you'll understand the meaning of the verse, and then you'll get the result of ecstatic love. You got to hear it. And proof is, for 20 years, Narayan Raj has been 30 years, 40 years he's been preaching. And I haven't seen any symptoms of love. I mean, I can't say, yeah, I just haven't seen it. I've been around there looking around. And also in ISKCON and anywhere else in these movements and Vaishnava movements. So for so many years, they believed in their ideas, but where's the ecstatic devotion? So I preach, remember, a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others. Somebody read that? Okay. Here, Gaur Das comes along with that verse in person, obviously, because that empowerment is here. This opinion is different than all of them. That doesn't get the result of ecstatic devotion, but this one does. And I just read you the verse as it is, and I'll read it right now and show you what I'm talking about. And if anybody listens, I think even the greatest speculator, if you listen attentively, you'll see what I'm saying. And the bottom line is the deed. The deed is ecstatic prema is awakening here. And ecstatic prema is not awakening there, because this opinion is different than their opinion. Okay? And so therefore we should obviously logically go with the one that gets the desired result, which is prema. It says Krishna consciousness, that without prema you will never become conscious of Krishna. It'll just be a name for you. Oh, and you'll be your material saying, "Oh, Krishna, I love you, but where's the love?" Where? And then you meet a real devotee who has spontaneous love, and you don't like them. You run away from them, or you criticize them. Okay? So you want to be that kind of hypocrite? I mean, the most Vaishnavas are. That's why we have been empowered to abandon all varieties of religion. Okay, the verse. Where is it here? Okay, the verse. Okay. So one of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Oh, this is chapter 1, Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, verse number 99. One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of devotion. So what do I say? Oh yeah, you see, the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of devotion. Can't you see that's a living devotee? Where and don't you see? There's a book there in the verse. There's the book, right? And then there's the devotee. So just as it is, right? Pretty simple. But the Ritviks, they say, no, well, let's take that verse. And oh yeah, the pure devotee, the Bhagavat is the book Bhagavat, and the pure devotee Bhagavat is Prabhupada in that book. See what that is word jugglery. So they're both right and they're sort of right and sort of wrong, and that's not clear. See, so they say, because it's true in one sense, yeah, of course, Prabhupada is a living Bhagavat. His word, he lives forever in his word. But why is the verse not just leaving that pure devotee? Then why not just say the book Bhagavat, and the devotee Bhagavat in the book, is the one that you get this love of God from? Why doesn't it just say that? Why has it got to put and the living devotee absorbed in the mellows of devotion? Why even put it there if it's not important? Let's just put that whole part of the verse out and just put the book Bhagavat. That's all we need is a book Bhagavat and the purport, and there we go. See, but it doesn't. It shows you, and through the actions of the living. So my opinion is different than the Ritviks and the living gurus, because I say Yeah, by the action of the book Bhagavad in the hands and the mouth of a living devotee physically in this body who understands the real Bhagavatam purport because of ecstatic devotion and having those mellows, and you listen to them, it'll get you over and purify your speculations. The whole reason ISKCON and Gaudiya Smriti and Gaudiya Math are not on the level of ecstatic devotion is they haven't heard that verse from a living, proven Bhagavat. See? So Narayan Raj said, oh, well, Narayan Raj is. Yeah. Well, he's been speaking for 20 some 30, 40 years, 50 years. Where's the ecstatic love? See? Why? Because he has a different conclusion. See? His conclusion is a little bit different. He'll say, like, oh, yeah, you need to hear from a living Bhagavat and all that, but no desired result is coming because of speculations in that. He says, yeah, you should hear, and you mix it with, oh, yeah, by your austerity and by your enunciation and by your strict sadhana and your big 1 or 2 lakh chanting, you're going to attain Krishna. See, speculating, mixing. See, mixing things, and everything gets watered down, and no ecstatic love as a result. I don't mix here. I take the verse and all the verses and read it as it is. Boom! Desired result comes. See? I don't mix that with like that, and because he says on one hand, oh yeah, you need the devotee Bhagavat to speak to you and all that, but you got to attain Krishna after many lifetimes, because of doing, you have to be super devotee, you have to be super austere, super duper renunciate to attain Krishna like him, supposedly, doubtfully. Okay? What does Gohari say? No, you need a living devotee, like he says, to speak to you, real sadhu sangha of a transcendental devotee, like he says. Okay? And also, through that devotee, when they tell you the confidential truth as it is, the postgraduate, didn't Prabhupada said, Chaitanya Charitamrita is postgraduate, and they tell you the postgraduate, teach you the postgraduate course as it is, the desired result is there. The verse just comes to life in your life. See, what's the next verse? Oops. So the other is the devotee, pure devotee, absorbed in the mellows of devotion. And then here comes the slam dunk, the clincher. Through the actions of these 2 Bhagavats, the Lord instills the mellows of loving service into the heart of the living being. See, and I say my opinion is by the action of these 2 Bhagavats, you get it, not by austerities that Narayan Raj taught. That's why he didn't come. Krishna not pleased with that idea, obviously, right? He didn't, because he didn't speak it. Lord Caitanya spoke the Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Leela, right? Through the devotees. What did he say through the devotees? He said it's not by austerity, it's not by renunciation, it's not by mantra chanting, it's not by sadhana, it's not by pious deeds that you attain Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion that you attain Krishna Vrindavan. See, that's what the verse is saying, and that's what Gaur Hari Das says. Therefore, ecstatic devotion awakens. Obviously, Krishna is saying, I'm very pleased with that explanation, because that's what I really said, not what Narayan Raj said. That's why if he was pleased with Narayan Raj preaching, yeah, you need a bona fide spiritual master and he has got to be a rasic devotee. He said that. He said that. Everybody knows that. See? But yet, by my word, you're not going to get it, because you got to follow this other thing that I'm speculating on. It's by renunciation, it's by austerity, it's by, everybody knows you got to follow so many rules in that Sangha. Whoa, more than ISKCON. You got to be more renouncer. You got to chant 1 lakh a day, not 16 rounds. And still the desired result is not coming in anyone that I've seen. But it comes here because we're in line with the verse as it is. And that's, if you accept this opinion, this uncommon opinion, even though 1,000 of those gurus say, Gauri, he's in Maya. The Narayan Raj group will all say, Gauri, he is an illusion. He's an offender of pure devotees. No, I'm a defender of the absolute truth. Truth is no respecter of persons. Anybody, you better be in the truth. Otherwise, watch out. I'm here to chop it down, the false trees. Otherwise, I want to see more love of God. Anybody who accepts this opinion from all angles of vision, you just study it, man. You study Narayan Raj's opinion, you study this opinion, and let the Lord inside your heart show if it's right or not. If you're a speculator, well, you'll just go away and take your many lifetime path. What's it? What are you going to do? Some people are going to do that. You want it here in this lifetime? Accept the look at the witnesses preaching. Check what they're saying. Yeah, what? Aren't we in line with the verses? Look, Majalila, thank you, Johan. Is that Johan that brought that? Yeah. The transcendental mellows generated from the dealings between the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by fruitive activity. Did I see? Am I in line with the verses, Narayan Raj? He's saying the opposite. Did I say the verse? See, you got to learn to be as it is. And then this conquers Maya's speculation, man. That's a demon keeping you from love of God, keeping you from Vrindavan. I'm here to smash that demon, man. Otherwise, there will be no love of God. Maybe the Lord will come as Kalki in the end of this Kali Yuga when it gets so bad, but he'll be doing the same thing that we're doing here, dethroning the kings of illusion. Somebody's got to do it. So you guys, whether he's going to come at the end of Kali Yuga, you have the chance now to get it because we're dethroning the kings of religion. We're abandoning the religion and helping others abandon religion for the truth. Why wouldn't you want to abandon that religion, those speculations of even Narayan Raj? And that's true. It's speculation. I am not going to hold back. I'm not going to surrender to etiquette at the expense of truth, so people don't get set free. Oh yeah, go ahead and worship those speculations. Hey man, if it doesn't bring the desired result of the ecstatic love you see in a lady like Lalita and River and Johan and others here in this Sangha, then it's useless here. It's useless for you, actually, because why do you want to die in the modes of nature when you have a chance to transcend them here by this word? You listen long enough and then you judge if it's empowered. Well, look at the witnesses. Ask them. Otherwise, what is the point? We're here. Whoever, the door is open. Anybody want prema, lover of God, come here and listen, and you'll get it. Otherwise, you'll believe in some of these speculators out there, and the proof is in the deed. There's no deed of the Lord bestowing ecstatic devotion on them. No gardener purifying their hearts. You come here. This is the true vine, man, because you got the gardener in there gardening, and then you get the result of this prema. Even in a week, some people. See, it works here. Why wouldn't you want to do what works? Isn't it called the science of Krishna consciousness? The science of Krishna consciousness means you do a scientific experiment that ultimately works. Well, we've done that scientific experiment. We applied the formula in the book Bhagavad and got the desired result, like the verse says, the mellows of devotion are being instilled in the hearts of many devotees here. So what is the problem? What do you want? Some imaginary thing that you get with some of these persons who don't produce the desired result of prema? That doesn't make sense to me. What, I'm going to follow Narayan Raj's many lifetime path to get prema when this is available, when you can see with your own eyes that prema bhakti is here, and you can be confident because you can check it in the scriptures, and I'll help you check it. I'll tell you where those verses are. Well, most of them. If not, Johan will help. Because I'm an old man now, 69 years old. pushing 70, man. Maria says, I can't believe it, man. You know, how are you this? You're sick. That, no, can't be. It's crazy because I got the youthful goddess of bhakti, man. She's youthful, man. She's ever fresh. Ever. Look at Miss Universe over there. Look at Lolita. She's the most beautiful woman in the universe. Really, honestly, most beautiful woman, the most beautiful bhakti. Man, Radha and Krishna love that lady. Eh? True? Am I lying? That bhakti makes you really beautiful. She's more beautiful than 1,000 of these beauty queens. They don't have bhakti. All they got is a body that is going to. It looks nice now, and then it gets old, and it becomes, and then when it dies, you got to burn it. See, look at the body Lalita has. She's showing you her spiritual body every day. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. She already, manifesting the spiritual body. See, getting the order. She got the order of her guru. Like, I got the order, right? Just give you the order. Manifest Vrindavan mood. Give it to whoever will come and get it. Right? He's got the same order. You got a living person before you saying it. I had to get it in the dream. From Prabhupada and Krishna, right? Vision. Hey, you get it? Your guru's here, man. Go ahead, Lalita, manifest this beautiful bhakti. And Johan and anybody else who gets it to your heart's content. Show them what reality is now. The Lord is now moving to this level and helping move the world. Otherwise, without ecstatic devotion to the Lord, it's useless. If this Vaidhi doesn't culminate in this ecstatic devotion, it's just useless. It's just, mode of goodness, BFD. What is that? People have been following rules and regulations and fasts for eons. But this pure devotional service being distributed and shared and given as a gift is so rare. Didn't we read that just recently? The Lord gives liberation. You can chant Hare Krishna with these kind of gurus and all that. Maybe you get liberation. He gives that very easily. But they're still having a hard time even getting that, actually. But this pure devotional service that you see here is so rare. So rare. See, the verse says it's so rare, and we show it. We show you the deed. It's so rare. It's so rare. None of the Narayan Raj people can believe that prema is here. It's so rare. They never seen it in their group. They never seen it in their guru. Because he's well known not to show and well known to teach not to show. If you get a tear, everybody knows this, that's there. So they can't say, oh, Gauri, he didn't know. He was very adamant. You follow his example. And they're all doing it, man. I'd like to show you, but if I get a tear, I'm going to wipe it. I only wipe it because I have to, man. Otherwise, I won't be able to see. Yeah. So you want the kings dethroned that are holding you back from prema? You come here and listen to this opinion. See? Otherwise, you go into the false follower opinion. Remember chapter 12. Everything is in force now. Chaitanya Charitamrita is enforced by the mercy and the order of the Parampara. See? There are two types of devotees now. They've always been this way. It's very hard to find the other type. Two types of devotees. One are the false followers. See, this is chapter 12. Everybody can check it. Okay, chapter 12, there are two types of followers of the Acharya. See, one are the false ones who have their different opinion, and the others are the real followers who have the real opinion. See, have Krishna's real opinion. See, and they are fed by the mercy of the Lord. You can all study chapter 12 of Adi Leela. Just look it and you'll see. It's exactly what I say. And you can identify, if you listen to this word, it proves it's transcendental because you can understand where the false followers are. Otherwise, you won't see them. Because the false followers are more in charge, just like in the world. The demons are more in charge of the world, right? They're more in charge of politics, the hypocrites, the liars, the cheaters, right? They're your authorities. Who's going to help you? Any of those who know more of the truth. Will you think in religion it's any different? The authorities are the speculators who don't really know, who put themselves as representatives of Vrindavan, but are not like the verse Johann quoted. They're not a resident of Vrindavan. They haven't proved the deed of awakening ecstatic devotion in many of their followers who believe in their word. Oh, Fernando. Thank you for coming here, Fernando. Yeah. Another guy came. I was fishing yesterday. And when I wrote see these bold verses, when you start fishing, I'm here to make you fishermen of men and women, my friends. Just like when, do you remember Jesus said, well, the Lord is making me a fisherman. I'll make you a fisherman too. Why not? We fish. You know how you fish? You present the truth boldly that people are afraid to do, if they even knew it. A lot of times they may kind of sort of know it in their heart, but they've been repressed. And you're going to express that truth that they're afraid to express. Makes you a fisherman of men, because there's some sincere people looking for this path. And you bring the verse out, and they're looking for the light. See, and you shine it out there for people to see. See, this is all in force. Everything Jesus taught his disciples to shout from the rooftops and that Lord Caitanya taught is in force now here in our Sangha. This will set people free. No holding back of truth, no feigned etiquettes, no giving worship to people who haven't realized Krishna. No more of that. Not here, not on our watch here. And anybody who believes in this opinion, which is the true opinion, because you can see we're fed with ecstatic devotion every day. The Lord is pleased with our preaching. He gives the deed of ecstatic worship here in building a transcendental family. Okay. All right. So Fernando looks like he's. Oh, you guys see, good. You're preaching now. If you continue listening, Amy says, regularly, you will definitely feel the results. Yeah, it's just like Jesus said. I'm the sower of the kingdom of God, of the word of the kingdom of God. See? That's why the first verse of John. See, everything is related. All the universal essence of truth of how to be delivered is all related. Okay? It's all related, and I'll show you. Jesus said, "I am the sower of the word of the kingdom of God." It goes into some who attentively hear it, and with a good heart, they sow it. It's sown in their heart, and starts to grab. They keep listening, and they're born. It's the fruit of the kingdom is born in you, and that fruit of that kingdom is loving relationship with God, like Jesus had. See, then Saint John in the book of John, in the first verses, says that people who believed in Jesus' word, see, he was the Word made flesh. That's why you need the living devotee, the Word made flesh. Okay? Coming from a mouth, a fleshy mouth, right, with teeth in it and a tongue that cuts down the thieves and the robbers, right? The tongue's very important, man, for preaching, for cutting down illusions just by the word. Yeah. And so those who did, see, he came to his own, just like we come to our own. It's always the same thing. It's just a rerun, man. Repeat, transcendental rerun. See, Jesus came to his own. He came to the Jewish people who believed in the Bible, right? They believe in their book. He came to them. Most rejected him. But those who believed in his word were born. See, they were born of that word that he spoke. See, not born of flesh and blood. See, born of the word of God. What was that born? The spiritual taste and relationship with the Lord, like he had. What are you born here from this word? It's always the same. You're born of this word into a relationship that I have. Well, of course, it's in your own ras, whatever that is. You know, but you're spiritually born by the word. So that's proof, man. Are you a bona fide representative of Krishna consciousness? Do you make people conscious of Krishna beyond the name? Well, that's a bona fide guru, a resident of Vrindavan, when they tell you the confidential truth. You don't hear me. What are you born? What is born of Prabhupada's word? Vaidhi Bhakti, right? He spoke, yeah, build temples, work for Krishna, offer your food to Krishna, follow the rules and regulations. See, born of his word. That was the word of God for the people to bring them from, the worldly, passionate people into the mode of goodness somewhat. See, born of the word. See, whatever a great man does, common men people follow. So Prabhupada did the rules and regulations and taught them. Common men people followed. See, now look at this, analyze this gift. Whatever a great man does, the only greatness here, again, so you don't misunderstand to think I'm so great. Well, Gaurahari is just a like an ordinary person. But what's inside is extraordinary, is the mercy of the Lord. I have to acknowledge it because it's true. It's already proven. I cannot lie. If I did this preaching would go to pot. See, but what's inside is true, is honest, is powerful and empowering. Okay? And so from this word, what is born of this word? What are we glorifying? What are we showing? Ecstatic devotion. What are we speaking and glorifying? Ecstatic devotional path. See? Prema bhakti, path. Prema devotion, prema devotees. Worship prema devotees. Worship their conceptions. Not, oh yeah, I'm going to worship this prema devotee, Prabhupada, and worship the conceptions of Vaidhi Bhakti. We don't do that. That's a contamination now at this stage of preaching. It was okay then, but not now. That's why I say, hey man, take down these sayings for God's sake and for the sake of your brothers and sisters, and post and post and post. Just like these people, they're posting Prabhupada's old preaching there about Vaidhi. Post Prema Bhakti preaching. Post Raganuga Bhakti. I mean, the people who read this, they will come. You will liberate many people. Why not be posting this? Shamaguri, why don't you devote your energy into posting these sayings and forget about this old preaching or the preaching of other devotees posting Vaidhi stuff? Then you'll be happy. You'll feel Krishna's blessing upon you, Prabhupada's blessing upon you. He's given the patan. Can't you understand anybody what's going on here? He came and said, this has my full approval. In other words, he wants this preaching now of postgraduate. He doesn't want everybody to stay a regulative devotee, just doing regular devotional. See, regulative, regular. This is extraordinary devotion. Not regular. This is irregular in a sense. It's very rarely shown on this world. So there's so many things you could post, and when it's blank and people start seeing these, it enters into their consciousness. So why isn't somebody getting to work? That's why I say, if you can't do this work, give some money or do some service if you guys are lagging. If you're still like after 5 years, just give some friggin' money and get some ecstasy, give you some power to do something like that. If you did that, you wouldn't have to do anything. So if anybody's wondering, well, why am I not getting so much bhakti? Well, do something. What? Then do that. Why don't you go and be transcribing, man, these words and putting them all over the internet, all these wonderful sayings and analogies like people are doing on the Vaidhi thing, promoting the Vaidhi. Huh? If you can't do that, give some money and that'll get you to the point. Do something for this service. Didn't Prabhupada said, those who give to the preachers, they they make advancement. They advance the course of this preaching. I'm just saying, do something. If you can't work for Krishna, then give something. If you believe in what we're doing here, and I'm just saying that for those who are wondering, well, if you got bhakti and everything, okay, well, just do what you do. It's great. You're pleasing Krishna just by chanting the holy name in ecstasy. That was what it's all about. But there are many levels going on here. See, so those who are having trouble, getting this bhakti, you gotta, follow the formula, man. That's all it is. That's why I'm a little bit hammering this point. It's not about I want to have it. I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed, and if you follow the formula, if you're at a certain platform by regular classes, Srimad Bhagavatam, you got that right. You can't get any more regular than this. And by service to the devotee, if you're lagging in actual physical service, there could be a problem. So if and so you do what you can do. If you don't have the brain, to do what I'm saying here, well, try to do the other thing, give money. I rather see personally if you can serve and put out these wonderful sayings and everything that are empowered. I'd rather see that. But if you can't do that, do that. And if you can't do that, well, don't say I didn't tell you so. I notice people sometimes they even have ecstasy and they don't want to do any service, like practical, and they end up leaving. They're not, you find the most generous people are usually the ones that have the most bhakti here. They know, and they just, they just want to, I remember even Narayan Raj told this, he would see people that were miserly. He said, the only path for you is you got to give some money, man. You're just too friggin' miserly. You won't do anything in it. So give some money and you'll make advancement. Yeah, it's like Govinda. You see how the ones who are he's generous with his service. It's all like this, and sometimes there's some blocks, and that's why there's service on all levels. Isn't it nice? I mean, to have some way to serve, it's so amazing. Even if you give a donation or something, that's service, isn't it? The scriptures even say it's given back unlimited. If you can't give your energy other than hearing, and then you get all on the mental plane, during the day, and so you get misled and all this and all. Well, do that, and it'll bring you closer to the destination. See, it's something, it's something practical. So then you're following the complete formula. See, regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart is diminished and almost nil, and ecstatic love awakens in your heart. And boom, there you are. There's some devotees, they don't necessarily give money, but they're ecstatic devotees. They're pleasing Krishna. They know it. It's fine. Let's see. Bhakti Tom question. How does Nichinunda's club work? Is it purifying, waking up, pushing through? Yeah, this is the thing. You feel like you're pushed when you get in club. You feel like it's like you feel an impact. Like this money thing. A lot of people, it triggers them. A lot of people even here will probably be triggered by that. I don't know what I'm going to say. But the Lord said, say that, just do it, and people say, oh, you see, he's asking for money. He wants money. He's a money guru and all that. And they don't know what my intentions are. I want people to get bhakti. I see, obviously, certain they can't do that. You see, hey man, why don't you put it in? Nobody can do it, and they wonder. And I see after a few years they're not getting as much as they could. Well, give some money, and I notice they don't do that. So Krishna must be, seeing these things. So the thing is, the teachings for them, you know. If you have ecstatic devotion, you've followed the path to that result, and Krishna will inspire you to do what you do, whether you give or don't. It doesn't matter. You've attained love of Krishna. Like Lalita, you don't have to tell her or anything. This does, Krishna inspires her from within what to do and what not to do. I don't, you know. Hey man, she's a free bird, man. She's set free with her because she worships Krishna with loving ecstasy. That's the whole point here. That's all I care about, really. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And with the money thing, if yeah, like if somebody did come and they had a lot of money or something, they've been holding it back or something. But if they do give, it just ends up going to the sun. I mean, I just want to use it to help the devotees. Be nice to have a lot of money, and then you say, "Hey, yeah, I want to fly over to Mexico. Hey, come on over. Here's a ticket." I would love that. Wouldn't that be nice? You think I just want to keep it just for myself? I would like, it's just like the devotees would love it. I know Shama Guri would love to come here. Shama Sundari would love to come here, but they don't have so much money. How about Amy? Not wonderful Amy would, she could really use a trip here where I could use a trip there, stuff like that. I'd rather people come here. Actually, I don't want to, I don't know. But it'd be better if they come here right now. I don't want to be caught somewhere and then they end up, oh, you got to get a monkey pox. Oh, by the way, don't take that thing. Please do not take that thing. That's where all this stuff is coming from. The latest one. They're really giving you a cocktail in this one here. And I put something, I put it on the thing. Everybody should watch that video of that lady. She'll tell you what's in these things. She's been studied. She's a doctor, man. One that they always censor. And somehow or other, I got her thing. And if it's still there, you can watch it. But if you want to live, don't believe what they're telling you, man. Don't believe they're liars now. The demons are really in charge. So if you want to stick around here and not have your DNA changed and all these experiments on you, don't take any more of that if you can, unless they tie you down. You know? Okay, so there's that. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So basically that's it, man. You just gotta hear, boy, 25 people. Now that's saying something. I mean, I say really unpopular things, and to get 25 people to listen, that's pretty amazing. Maybe some people they think, well, we can't believe he's speaking like this. Maybe we got to go take a look at this. Anyway, welcome 25 people. Even when Lord Chaitanya was here, the spies would come and spy on his bhakti, spy on what he was doing because it was very different. There's a whole pastime about this spy came for the king, and the king sent a spy, go check what he's doing. And what was he doing? Basically what we're doing, laughing and crying and preaching, the deepest things, And the king his heart was touched. And he was a very bad person, actually. But his heart was touched because you never know, this word is powerful. The devotees are very powerful in this world. Yeah. All right. So, okay, I'm going to read this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, this is in Canto 12, Chapter 2, text number 1919, and moving onward. Lord Kalki, the Lord of the universe, will mount his swift horse, Devadatta, and with sword in hand. So, this is to come at the end of the Kali Yuga, generally. This one, there's a little change in it because this Lord Caitanya, how can he not change this one a little bit? You know, it has to, because he only comes once every 27 Divya Yugas. See, so anyway, it changes things a little bit. There's like it's called like divine intervention, special. Okay, all right. So with sword in hand, he'll travel over the earth, exhibiting his 8 mystic opulences and 8 special qualities of Godhead, displaying his unequaled effulgence and riding with great speed. He will kill by the millions of those thieves who have dared to dress as kings. See, those thieves who had dared to dress as kings. So you see how that works even on the material level? He goes and may do that. But how about the kings of religion? See, they're dressed as kings, right? They're your authorities, right? They're the ones you go to get Krishna, right? They're the Hare Krishna movement. They're dressed as kings, but they're actually thieves. See? How do you know is a thief? Well, in other words, they steal your energy and your time and your money. But you get nothing back for it. Not you don't get this result. Maybe you become a Brahmin. Maybe you'll become a guru or something. And you think, oh yeah, that result is great. Maybe you'll get some power to control the minds. You'll be a good, tricky person like them. Okay? So these kings are like thieves. But you see, then the Lord comes, or the devotees come. See, and like in our Sangha, we're dethroning those kings of the world and religion, right? We're taking them off their thrones and say, let's not worship these persons who are lying to us, even in religion. Let's abandon religion and let's put Shuddha Bhakti on the throne. See, let's put real Shuddha Bhaktis on the throne and only worship them. Okay? Let's dethrone these kings who have been controlling our time and our energy and our worship, directing it to speculations that don't get the desired result. Let's worship what gives the proof of the desired result. That's why if you get such a guru, there's no fault in promoting a transcendental guru, because it gives not only you the desired result. You notice that the devotees who praise their guru here from their hearts get very ecstatic. What is that? Who's doing that? That's the Lord in your own hearts confirming that your guru is transcendental. Remember, Lord Caitanya said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken ecstatic devotion are certainly the spiritual master. And when you praise your spiritual master, even you do it from a sincere heart, and you get Krishna's blessing, which is what? Ecstatic devotion. Okay? And you see in these other sanghas, they're praising their guru, and no ecstatic devotion is awakening. That I've seen. Prove me wrong, and nobody ever does, do they? Remember, I put a challenge yesterday to all the gurus, and it'd be nice if somebody came, but who knows, Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like Ram Das Vrijavasi came, and I'm actually glad he did because we get to see and we get to illuminate. See, by this interaction, what's really real and what isn't. Even though they don't accept it, but I find great pleasure in this illumination. It's good for us. It's good for our sangha. To know what is real. It's like Sachis, he said, I'm going to go see a guru in ISKCON tomorrow. I said, yeah, good, and get some perspective. And so anyway, she does, and he said, well, he speaks really nice. Yeah, I know, because he was a temple president when I was in ISKCON, and he was a nice guy. There's a lot of nice. He's a sincere devotee. He's a devotee for many, many years, and he's a nice, Mota Goody, two shoes guy. But still, he's oppressed and controlled because he's got to toe the party line there. Therefore, he can't, even if he had some really, he cannot go beyond that because otherwise they'll dethrone him. See, that's why unless you come here, unless you hear here, you're going to stay just a good guy, a good guru. But that ain't good enough if you want this level. Yeah. He needs ISKCON and all that stuff to continue his guruship, and they all do. They can't start from scratch like Bhakti Siddhanta, like Bhakti Vinod, like A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, and Gaur Haridas. They can't do it. They need props. They need to be propped up, their preaching, because it ain't very strong. That's why they would collapse if they came here. Their conceptions would collapse. And all I do is use the same books that they believe in, but don't understand very well. So what is this? Comment obit? I can't. Ecstatic devotion. Um,
It's a French-speaking person.
oh yeah. So
He's,
yeah,
he
what's
wants
his
to know.
wants to know what?
He wants to know how you get this ecstasy.
Oh, great question there.
He wants to know how to get this
Oh
ecstasy.
yeah, this is the guy. He came because I
He
put a
said that he
statement up
doesn't
there.
have
He
the
liked
book.
it.
The
Yeah,
book
yeah,
are not
yeah, 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 yeah,
publishes in this language.
Can you hear Maharaj?
No.
yeah. You guys mute your mic right now because it's reverberating all over the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This guy came yesterday. He just wrote me a note, nice note, very good question. It's up there on the post, and then I made a post from it. It was very good, and so he's sincerely asking these things. So comment on ecstatic devotion. Okay, how do you get it? So it's very simple. The verse. See the verse by the action of the book Bhagavat. See, and the book Bhagavat explained as it is, fluffed out, and get it really clear of the real path. See, the real path is covered over by the speculators in religion, by these gurus. They speculate. They're not the type of devotee that fits that verse. The mellows of devotion are not instilled in them. See? So therefore, they cannot reach into the confidential conclusion of the Bhagavatam and preach that. So how you get ecstatic devotion is you come, turn your camera on every day here, and you listen here very attentively, because I'm taking the Bhagavatam and explaining it as it is, not the external ideas, the internal ideas, the eternal truth of the Bhagavatam. So you get the desired result of ecstatic devotion very quickly. Okay? Even if you don't understand, like he was saying, I don't understand English, I only understand French. Is there somebody in France where I can listen to? And I said, well, finding this kind of devotion is like finding a needle in a haystack now. So, good luck. Better to just turn your camera on every day, and you get this is the special blessings of Lord Caitanya, Srila Prabhupada, the whole disciplic line, Jesus Christ, all of them rolled into one ball right here. This is so rare. Whoever is Krishna gives the good intelligence to take advantage of this is very fortunate. Very fortunate. And so that's all you have to. So otherwise, you're going to, even though you may looking, well, I want physical presence. Well, this vibration, if you listen, even if you don't understand English, we already have reports. People don't even understand English have gotten this ecstatic devotion by just hearing the vibration. So maybe some of you know French too, so you can talk to this person. Do you know French there, Lalita? Oh, that's great. Awesome, man. Hey, we got some French people here. So, hey, yeah, you talk to him. He's a very nice person, I can tell. Very honest. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so after the imposter killed kings have been killed, the residents of the cities and towns will feel the breezes carrying the most sacred fragrance of the sandal paste and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendentally pure. So when Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in their hearts in his transcendental form of goodness, actually, if you look in the word for word of pure goodness, it says, the remaining citizens will abundantly repopulate the earth. This is a prediction. This is the same thing said in the Bible. There's going to be a time, there'll be a renaissance. And this is for us, we're the first fruits of this, whether it happens in masses or just with a group of, right now, like 20 people or 20,000 or 20 million. We'll see what the Lord has in mind. But this is the process. This is the Bhagavatam process. The Lord comes and does this cutting down of the kings through the bona fide representative, the bona fide spiritual master. He's cutting down. You see, we're cutting down the illusion that these illusionists, these kings of the world and of religion are promoting. They can't help it. That's just what they do, right? That's the extent of their understanding. But still, we got to cut it down. Why? Because if this speculation is not killed, we're not killing bodies here, we're killing the concepts. It's smashing the illusory concepts. See, cutting with a Sudarshan chakra of truth, just cutting off the preaching of that. You see them cut off their mouths, make them speechless. It's like cutting off the head of the snake, cutting off that poison. See? So dethroning these kings of religion, it has to be done. And we are doing it here, whether it's in mass, which is possible because we have the internet, we have technology. Technology is neutral. There was one guy who was talking about technology is neutral. And it's true. Technology is neutral. You could use it like in Star Wars on the good side of force or the dark side of the force. Right now, technology is being leveraged mostly, well, it's in fight now. It's being leveraged by the demons and demigods in their fight. They're using this technology to fight each other. The information wars, hiding information, exposing information. See, truths and hiding truths. This is what they do. This is their little game. See? We're also leveraging technology on our Sadhu Sangha program here every day. Lord Chaitanya's Amazing Grace place. See, we're leveraging it, but look at the difference in the result. This is a win-win for everybody. Theirs is either a win for the demigods who gain control again in the mode of goodness, or the demons who gain control for a time in the mode of passion and ignorance. See? There's always a loser there. But look at the winners here. Even the ones who are cut down, when their truths are cut down. when their lies are cut down, basically, when their lies as they're they're promoting as truths, when their lies are cut down, demons and demigods, their lies, it's all lies. On this level of preaching, it's all lies. When that's cut down, see, then they'll feel the breezes, the transcendental breezes here, see, that we feel. Okay? And then the Lord awakens in their heart. Now they know the truth. See? So whether that is done now, could be. Let's see. But at least it's that way for us, right? Can you relate to what I just said? Can you see how those things, those kings of those demon forces have been cut down or being cut down so that you can feel and taste the breezes of the transcendental world in your temple, blowing in your temple? You ever go to the temples in Vrindavan? A lot of them are open. You feel the nice breeze. This is really nice to be there. Well, you can be that temple and feel those transcendental breezes. See, you come here, you can have that. You won't have to wait another many lifetimes. You can get that now. Because aren't we cutting down the kings? It has to be done. Narayan Raj couldn't cut him down because he also was a little bit under it. See? Prabhupada didn't cut it down because it wasn't time. It was too big to cut that way. You have to make cuts. When you're cutting down a tree of illusion, sometimes you make cuts in it. You just keep hacking, and then this is the final whack to topple the illusion. And then the illusion comes crashing down. For us, anyway, or anybody else who comes here. You listen to this opinion, you're going to get the result of ecstatic devotion. We've already proved it. They can't prove nothing. I don't care how shiny fool's gold is so shiny and shimmering. Oh, look at Narayan Raj. Look at shining devotee. Oh, look at his shining, exalted position. And all these gurus shining. What do you call Radhanath and Jai? But look how shiny they are. Shiny, right? Sitting on the thrones, all that money and buildings and all their worship is shining, shimmering, right? Except no love of God shining, no ecstatic devotion shining. See, that's what shines here. See? The real path shines here. The path of pure devotional service that has all those brambles on them. We take them off, kick them off, like Prabodhana Saraswati. When the real associates of Lord Caitanya are here and they're preaching the path of pure devotional service, they knock off all those obstacles and brambles on the path that is accumulated on the path of pure devotional service. That's why it's not preached. Oh, until now. You follow. We just remove the obstacles. You come and face this direction. You're facing the path of pure devotional service, my friends. We just clear all the junk off the path. You face that, you got so many obstacles. Oh, yeah. Go look at Narayan Raj's path. Many lifetimes. Just like he said, you get his word. You come here, you get this word. Okay. Arjuna said, Krishna said, Arjuna, you say it. My devotee will never be destroyed. You say it. You find a bona fide spiritual master, what they say is what you get. What Jesus said is what you got. You get the Holy Spirit. You believe in that, his word. Lord Caitanya, Nichinunda, you believe in them and they're preaching their ecstasy and their truths that they know. You get that. You become like them. That's the whole point of them being there. That's the whole point of this preaching, is you become an ecstatic or worshiper of Krishna like your guru. Okay? But we got to dethrone these things. You got to be out of your life. You got to abandon religion, man. Like stool now. You can't keep the stool around. You got to really understand this point. That's why you see the laggers in bhakti don't get it. They don't understand what I'm talking about yet. You just keep sticking it out and you will. You'll when you realize no goody two shoes even guru, even no nice guy guru can deliver you in this world unless they are an ecstatic, transcendentally situated devotee with the transcendental power of the transcendental potency. That's the only deliverance in the world that comes through their transcendental word. You hold on to that word, you hold on to their ecstasy, and you're there, man. You just go right into the kingdom without a lot of troubles. Otherwise, you're going to have loads of troubles, more lifetimes. How do you die? That's what's important in this world. Look how many people have died already as Vaidhi Bhaktas. See, here, people are dying, going to die when they haven't died yet, but when they do die, they're going to die ecstatic devotees if you stick around. If you don't, I see the result. Those who don't stick around, like one person's coming back again. He says, I've been gone, and I was watching TV all the time, and I just got into my family and everything, and I lost this. See? That's what happens. You leave sadhu sangha, you lose this. What is it too hard to understand that Vrindavan is a family? Why wouldn't the Lord create a family here like He's done here if it wasn't a family affair? Isn't it nice? River was writing. She had this operation. Can I say? You don't mind if I say she had an operation yesterday, and she had all these realizations and everything. And she said, "Oh, having Lalita Ganga was so good for us to have here." See? That's the kind of devotee you become here. You become somebody that really is valuable in other people's association, even if they don't like you. You become like that. You become like Krishna. Shishupal hated Krishna. Jarasandha hated Krishna, but he was most valuable to them. They got liberation because of him. Just so you become like that Lord, like Father, like Son. That's the kind of devotees are made here. You're valuable to that Ram Das Vijayavasi there, Lalita, even though he threw all that garbage on you. Whether they know it or not, you're that type of person now. That's the kind of persons we make here, convert here. It's not surprising people don't understand. It's like if you understand here, it's like understanding Krishna. There's no difference. Like Father, like Son. You understand the qualities of the Father through the Son. Isn't it always been that way? Even in the material world? That's how things are passed down, That's why illusion is passed down. It's a generational thing. You inherit your father's qualities and your mother's qualities. And usually it's illusion. You're under the curse. Everybody's under the curse. You need to meet a pure devotee, a realized devotee in some lifetime. And you inherit their qualities. You're born. You were orphans before of the spiritual nature. Now you're brought back into the real family. Here is the real family. See? You inherit the nature of your father and mother, which is the bona fide spiritual master. They nourish your bhakti. They nourish it by word and by ecstasy. From them ecstatic prema emanates, and by their word ignorance is destroyed. You come here, you'll realize the song. Ooh, now I understand the song. I did not, can proof that those living gurus are still dead. Those Ritviks are still dead, is they sing that song every day and still don't understand it. They don't see that their guru must have ecstatic prema emanating from them. By their word, all ignorance should be destroyed. But they don't get it. That's why they sing the song and don't understand it like parrots. Their gurus don't understand it and are ignorant. Therefore, they are ignorant and don't understand the song. But people come here, understand the song. Not only the song, but all the highest tattvas The proof is in the pudding, man. Look at, we have students here. They get ecstatic devotion. They read Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the Goswami literature in ecstasy. And people say the authority of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and the Parampara is not here. What are you, insane? Yeah, most people are. We're here to wake them up, light them up. Yeah. So enough's enough, isn't it? Are you, whoever's had enough of illusion, come here, and we'll just wipe the slate clean here. You ready to wipe the slate clean? You ready to have all your sins forgiven so that you can chant? Proof is you can chant the holy name in ecstasy. You read these books in relish if the chanting's not your thing, but you read Chaitanya Bhagavat in ecstasy, and you feel, related. You feel, oh, this is life. Oh, this is my food. See, that's what you get here. Bhakti Lata Beast, the inclination to relish Krishna, to learn about Krishna by tasting his names and pastimes. Yeah, that's what you get here. You get a Narottam experience. Yes. Narottam goes to Jiva Goswami and said, are you going to teach me the Vedas? And Jiva Goswami, the greatest scholar in the universe, said, no, you're going to taste these scriptures in association of another rasic devotee like you, Srinivas. See? That's what you get here. That kind of learning by taste. Tasting the name. Every day you get presence here. Every day is the appearance of Radha and Krishna. Come on. You wait a whole year for that, following these gurus who need to be dethroned, obviously, because you have to wait 1 year to have Radhastami and Jamastami and Guru Astami. And we have Gurastami and Radhastami and Janmastami every friggin' day here. We got conclusive truth and ecstatic love that draws that Lord. He ain't waiting a whole year to come see his devotees who don't really see him yet. All you do is get a bellyache from eating a big feast at 12 midnight. You ever had that? I would wait to eat, got to fast. And then at 12 o'clock or something at night, we can eat. And then you got this big thing and you got to sleep with all this food. That's what you get. I guess that's something, man, But here we eat this food and no bellyache, man. You just crave it more. You become addicted. You have to have it, right, River? Yeah, but I have to have it more. Amy says, you cannot deny or disprove absolute truth. The truth is here, and the proof is here in abundance. Sorry, I'm replying to Amy Rose. What types of trees, Amy? Please explain it. What kind of trees? That's good. See, now you're asking the devotees to preach. Yeah. So I read the verse again. So after the impostor kings have been killed, so the key word is impostor king. See, impostor means they're not real kings. Who is a real king in this world, really? So the Lord in the Maya appoints various kings, right? And in Kali Yuga, they're usually not very good. Usually they're cheaters and liars, and they get their positions by hook and crook because they want because that's the mode of passion, ignorance. It's just crazy time, Kali Yuga. See, there are imposter kings. Who should be the real king? Well, see, the mode of goodness is the higher mode, right? That should be king, really. I mean, the citizens will be better off, right? They'll be more happy, right? In the mode of goodness, that's one of its qualities is happiness, material happiness. because you're doing good deeds, you got good karma, do pious stuff. It makes you feel good, right? The lower modes don't. And when those kinds of kings who are posing as kings, then people are unhappy. You notice there's more oppression here. You notice since 2020, since these kings have been coming out of the woodwork, that people are more unhappy. Is that true? Is that a just kind of thing? Are you feeling more free nowadays in last 2 years? Or actually, since they've been coming out after 9/11 and having your bags checked you go in the airport, you should be more free, right? No, you got to get every bag checked and go through security measures and all of that. And they all lied to you. You think it was them. It was their tricks. It was the government who did that. They want more control. See, it's all about control and limitation, more freedom for them and less for you. That's demon, right? And the good people and if unless you're you know how it works. You notice people sell out. They get a bunch of money or something. They say, well, you're going to work for us, we'll give you a bunch of money. Bags of money came to these what do you call the mainstream media. All these guys became rich. These talking heads, they sell out, man. And so that's how one way to get them. Sometimes they threaten you. You might be somewhat of a good person, but these demons, they don't nothing. They don't care about killing thousands of people in that building. There's nothing to them. They just life is cheap to them. Hey, that's how you win by might is right to those kinds of persons. The more power, material power you have over here, more tricks, the more lies, the more audaciousness you have. They think, well, you don't deserve to live. You deserve to be a slave, our slave. Okay? So that's what's going on, on that level. So is that an imposter king? Is that really, if you got any brain or heart or understanding, you think, of course not. We need people that are more good, to help, to make people feel good like they do. Like, isn't that the mode of goodness teaching of the Bible? Is do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. See, so, but is that the perfect teaching yet? Not yet. That's a step in the good. Okay, yeah, I'll treat people like I would like to be treated. Do the demons want to do that? No. See, they don't do that. Do the good people do it? Yeah, well, a lot of them, they believe they're pious, they believe in God, and they believe in the good book. The Bible is only a good book to them, to do the mode of goodness. See, to do good things. The same thing with the Vedas for the Vaishnavas, to act good, act well, so that you're in the mode of goodness and you feel happy because you're regulated and all that stuff. But is that becoming Krishna conscious? Well, it's a step. Where is it all going? See? It's we got to get rid of all the imposter kings. That means even in the mode of goodness now, so that the real king that the Bhagavatam preaches. See? Maharaj Prithu was a king. He said it's the Vaishnava, it should be the leading force. The kings in this world should be operating under the consciousness and the understanding and the teachings of the Vaishnavas. Okay? That's why you see Maharaj Parikshit, when the Lord dethroned, see, he dethroned Duryodhana, the evil ones, and installed Yudhisthira. See? And while Krishna was here, everything was beautiful. And then when Krishna left, he wanted to teach. This is a teaching. When Krishna left, then Maharaj Yudhisthira felt separation, and it was time for him to depart with his family. They knew it was just time. Just like when Lord Caitanya was here, it was time for him to depart. And many of his devotees went with him. They just knew it was their time. Not everybody. See, the Goswamis remained. Some Vaishnavas came, like Narottam and Srinivas and Shamananda and their followers came at that time to keep this thing going. It's only going when the empowered devotees are here, and when the Lord winds it up, they go back. They just, well, it's the Lord's will. Go back. They're inspired. They go back. See? So the Lord's will now is to preach ecstatic devotion. This is the will of the Lord. If you're following anything else other than this, well, the Lord isn't giving you the intelligence, and you'll miss this time around. Just destiny. But if the Lord gives you sufficient intelligence and you have sufficient greed, you really want Krishna, you want to know Krishna in this life, you come here and you will know Krishna like you will never know, following these other kings that we dethroned. But they're on your throne. Your worship there. You put them on the pedestal there. You put them on the altar to worship. I don't put any of them on the altar. I would never do that. I'm here to dethrone them. Because if they're dethroned in my followers and friends and disciples, okay, then you get prema bhakti, because they're in the way. Your faith in them are in the way. Even so, I have still here people who still have belief in these kings. Oh, well, he's good. He's a nice guy, nice guru. Maybe he's better than you or equal to you. See? Oh, no, that ain't good enough, man. Where are the ecstatic symptoms? Like that Kamalakanta. Where are your ecstatic symptoms? Where are the tears? I know he gave a class, and well, I can't say for sure, but probably there are no tears pouring out of his eyes. Just a nice, respectful, class, and this, sweet words and stuff like Narayana, sweet, stuff like that. Okay? Sweet, but no, not ecstasy sweet. Where's the ecstasy sweet? Where's the transcendental breezes? Oh, nowhere to be seen, because it's not under the modes of nature. Some people think, like I think Narayan Raj had some liberation thing, because there's still speculation. And there's the breeze of liberation in there. For me, it was like buzzing bees. Didn't like it. Lucky I came in, with this. Otherwise, I would never know, and you would never know. You wouldn't be clear, would you? Would you be clear about this? That's how revolutionary it is what people get here. So, how do you get ecstatic devotion? Just turn on your camera here every day, regularly. If you miss the live, watch the replays and try and catch the lives when you can. And then you'll know what you can't know following these kings of religion, these kings of Vaishnavas at this time. They cannot show you, they cannot demonstrate to you, they cannot teach you, they cannot awaken this in you. Prove me wrong, come forward, show me even one disciple that has this. Or a few. Maybe some got in there from a past life and they're just with you because of by default. I've seen some of that going. Some people come here with this and they need a situation where they can cultivate it, but they're still around gurus who hold it back. See, and they need more association here, but their gurus work really hard to keep them away from this. Ooh, don't go over there. It's a bad place. Yeah, and if you believe that, that's you're not enough greed yet. I've seen this. Some nice ecstatic devotees, they won't come here. Their gurus keep them. They believe in their guru, and I teach something different. I teach the opposite. See, they say, "Oh, I can't leave my guru. I can't come and listen. He told me not to." And you got to follow your guru, right? Yeah, I heard this. And I'm saying that's not the body. See, you're listening to the wrong explanation. See? If your guru is adverse to this bhakti here, he's a king that needs to be dethroned. He's keeping you back from the proper association. See? And with this word, we dethrone, because this word is Bhagavatam. Look at Bali Maharaj. Look at the wives of the Brahmins. They neglected the word of their gurus who were adverse to ecstatic devotion. See? So Naradanath was adverse to this kind of bhakti. He actually told my student to go away, and my student went away. Same thing, Narayan Raj group. They don't like this. Or they say, at best, they say that, oh, what you're preaching is the same thing. It's the same thing. The only thing different is the result. They don't get this, and we do. Yeah. Yeah, food for life. This is food for life. You want to live? We have to kill dethrone these imposter kings. Otherwise, there's no possibility. You'll be in bad association because you believe in these ISKCON leaders, these Gaudiya Samiti leaders, the Gaudiya Math leaders. Has to be dethroned. You have to be very clear and not have any faith in any of this. I have to prove to you. Isn't that what we're doing? Proving to people not to have any faith in the illusion. Do not believe in the illusion. That's your weakness if you do. The strength here is I don't believe in any. I don't believe in Narayan Raj as the actual representative of Shuddha Bhakti in this world. See? I must declare that if I'm here to free any of these people, because they believe that. And that's what keeps them in there, right? Your faith in, I say that's illusion. I prove it. I'll prove it every day. I'll use as examples every day and prove. That's why they don't have ecstatic love like you guys have. And that's how we're going to defeat this illusion by this kind of warriorship, being a warriors for warriors for Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya, by showing ecstatic love and proving it with conclusive understanding that none of them can touch. And smoking out their speculation where people can see it. Can't we see Ram Das Vrijavasi's speculation, how he's not really who he is? If he didn't come forward, we wouldn't know. So thank you very much for your service. If you didn't come forward, and this is to your merit, and appreciate some of what we did and actually make comments, you wouldn't be benefited like this. Otherwise, here there's possibility that you can get the full result, the real result. Otherwise, you would just die in your speculations, you and your followers. Here you have some chance. Automatically you're getting purified because Krishna's in your heart and everybody's heart. And he says, oh, you came and you confronted this Sangha. This is very good. This is to your merit. I'm going to take away a little bit more so you can see more. A little more obstacle will remove. Yeah. Your goodness is like filthy rags before. You see, it's always the same preaching. Wasn't St. Paul an ecstatic devotee? Didn't he worship in loving ecstasy the Lord sincerely? Of course, he didn't know everything. It didn't matter because that's what he accepted Jesus at the time. Krishna, God is very pleased you accept his real devotees. Very pleased. That's how it works here. The Lord is obviously very pleased with you because you accept his real representative here, and he shows, oh yeah, you see, this is my real representative because here you get the blessing. that my transcendental body belongs to him and you believe in his preaching, I'm going to give myself to you. Isn't that the real path? Lord Caitanya said to his devotees who loved him, they had real, sincere, transcendental love for Lord Caitanya. Oh, because of your transcendental love for me, I'm giving you my transcendental body. You can go and sell it anywhere. You know what many people say? They always say, every time I sell this, even though the book says sell it, they say, "Oh, you see, he wanted to sell it. So now he's expecting." No, sell it. This is called selling it, man. Not. Yeah, I don't have to have any money to sell it. I'm here to sell you on it, man. Sell you on that the Lord Caitanya is this word here, and not the words of those false imposter kings sitting on the ISKCON thrones in Gaudiya Mason and Gaudiya Samiti. I'm here to prove that these words. I'm going to sell you on this truth here. See? Sell the real Lord as conclusive understanding as it is. Here that we're selling you the real verses and they are sold you on the illusion of them, the speculation on these verses. See, they sold you and therefore you don't get this result. They stole from you because they're thieves still. I don't care how sincere. Narayan Raj went to my student that he led away, took reinitiation the first day, very first, couldn't wait, man, to steal that devotee, man. One very first day, reinitiated them. Well, 2 days later, go away from Gaur, he ain't authorized guru. See, with tears in his eyes, oh, go away. He doesn't have real bhakti. He's speaking about himself, man. See? So I'm here to sell you on this truth, and his job was to sell you on that illusion, right? What's my fault? He sold you and my disciples on the illusion. What is my fault for selling you on the truth? He said Gohari is not bona fide, and I say he's not bona fide. Who are you going to believe? You going to believe in somebody who doesn't get the desired result? Or are you going to believe in somebody who gets the desired result? What's more logical? What's sentimental? Not materially sentimental. Well, I don't care. I'm going to go with Narayan Maharaj's truths because I'm going to go for the many lifetime trip around the mountain. See, it's a war, man. Come on, don't give me this bullshit that he didn't preach against. I can't preach the truth. He can preach the lies and the speculation that Gaur-Haridas and Radhanath too. Gaur-Haridas is not. It's okay for them to say Gaur-Haridas is not bona fide, right? They both said this is a living experience. My personal experience is very valuable here now. Because I say the same, no, this word is true. More true than Radhanath's word and Narayan Maharaj's word. Because my Lord proves this word is true of those who believe it. And he doesn't prove their words that they are real representatives of Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan, because nobody gets the results that you get here. You get ecstatic love that is provable in chapter 23 of Adi Leela, of the symptoms of ecstatic devotion. You have the symptoms. My Lord proves these words are true. Okay? My Lord does not prove their words are true because you don't see those symptoms. This is the Jesus teaching. Remember, Jesus says, a good tree does not bear bad fruit. And to clarify that, a transcendental tree does not produce bad or good fruit. It produces transcendental fruit. See? These words, even though they're hard to take for you Narayan Raj Guru devotees and faithful followers, produce transcendental fruit. His words, which sounded really good, and maybe in goodness, produced the best good fruit. You can be a good sannyasi or a good follower of rules and all of that. Maybe even liberation, because speculation give you up to liberation, but can't produce what is rare. Didn't Krishna Das Kaviraj said the pure devotional service of the Lord is so rare, he keeps hidden unless you come here and listen to this word, which is very firm, strong, precise. And the Lord is saying, oh, that's the only qualification, is that you are convinced, because Gohari sold you on the real Krishna, the real Radha. See, that's selling Krishna. And only the real associates of the Lord, who have transcendental associates of the Lord, have the power to sell the real Krishna. See, power. You got to feel some pow and some wow. See, this is the perfection of the Indians' powwows. You get the pow wow here, man. Boy, this is an interesting class. You think it was better than yesterday? Lolita's stoned. She's sitting there drunk. River also. It's good. It's good to get drunk on the word, huh? That's what it's all about. Fake gurus are the threat of humanity. Yeah, we're here to dethrone them for that. It's just a pastime, Got to pass our time way. Might as well dethrone a few gurus and dish out some ecstatic devotion. What else is there to do in this world of value? Have some fun doing it. It's a Harinam game. Yeah. Okay, reactions. River, give us a word.
Perfect, Maharaj. Oh, can you just? Yeah. You let me do that. I'll put mine on. Perfect, Maharaj. Absolutely perfect. It's just like sitting here, just taking in the vibrations of the words, because they just transform you from inside. They kind of build you into who you are, and they transform you. Hearing this clarity again and again, you can just see clearly what is happening with all of the fake gurus, and how they, with all of the, with the demons, and the kings, everything is the other way around. You can clearly see it now, because you're experiencing it. We're hearing those vibrations and we're experiencing it, and it takes away all doubt. It just keeps you in this place. It's the best place to be. Your preaching just gets better and better, for me anyway, because I'm going through the fire of purification and having the clarity of this. Couple of things. Some devotees are saying that, not some, saying that I'm controlling their relationship with you. And well, let's just speak the truth. Balaram says that I'm controlling his relationship with you in a way, because, and he's not the only one actually, because I removed him from the Sangha. There was some pictures of me and some devotees, and Karuna had posted it and just put all these names up. And I asked him, take Balaram's name down, because he's not in the Sangha. And I asked Balaram, before I asked Karuna to take his name down, some question, I cannot remember it, but it was saying that you're not his guru and Srila Prabhupada is his guru. He was saying that openly. So I said, but take his name down, and he's saying now that I'm not stopping him listening to you. He can come and listen to you. He can come and talk to you whenever he wants to. And I know he's not listening to your groups. And I know he's not listening to reading my full posts at all. He's just saying this stuff. And it's really lame. And it's really inconclusive. It's just so, all of this stuff. Anyway, so I was really strong in, because of hearing from you, and really empowered with saying all of these things that just rolled off without feeling threatened with him, without feeling that I'm but really solid and really, really strong. Because I explained to another devotee, said it, I don't know if you remember him, but his name is also Balaram. He was old guy with the white beard.
Oh yeah.
He was saying, "Why are you doing that?" Because he thought I meant him, take him
Yeah,
down. So I explained to him it's somebody else. And he was saying, but why are you kind of controlling that? And I says, I'm not controlling that. He's not in the Sangha and it's open. And I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back to the Sangha. And this devotee, Balaram, he wanted to know how to be initiated by you.
Yeah.
When I said that to him.
Yeah. You know, I read that and I thought, yeah, you see, that's how you do it. You just call a spade a spade. You know, like he might, you know, it's kind of in the air, like, oh, Balaram used to come around, you know, and all this. But really, the bottom line is, who's your guru, man? So you just, you know, this. I like that. You like that, Lalita? You know, just nailing it like that. You know, just
I
like, hey,
bashed
man,
him.
who do you really believe in, man? Come on, Balaram, let's put it on the table.
Well, yeah, that's why I asked him before. That's why I asked him that question before I told Karuna to take his name down. And the thing is, I just bashed him on the phone. It was really good fun. Because Lolita was supposed to go today, but something happened with her ticket, and we've been trying to sort it out. And it's all over the place, but I'm sure we'll sort it out. Yeah, so there was that, and it was really embracing. It was really the strength that I've been given because of listening to you, and how I've been transformed, and how I'm solid. Even, you know, going through this operation, I was really in my false ego before it, the night before. Oh, I don't want to do it, but I got to do it, and I don't want to do it. Anyway, I came out of that, and I was saying to Lilita, I was talking to Krishna when I was by myself before recovery, before the operation, and I was saying to Krishna, was saying to me, it's about time you come to me now. You've been moaning and moaning. It's about time you come to me and ask me for help. Ask me to shelter you. That straight away at that moment in the recovery, in the room before you go into the surgery, the preparation. I was laughing and crying and laughing and crying straight away. And I was like, oh God, I better, because they kept walking past and looking at me. He came straight away. And, you know, everything went really smoothly. And, you know, it was fine. And I was able to do a class, and it was really nice. I still don't know if these new lines are going to work. So we're going to try that after class. Hopefully they will. I really hope that. But
the new
power
what?
of Maharaj. Sorry, say that again.
The new what? The new what?
I had new tubes in.
Oh, okay.
That was the operation. So they took the old ones out and put these in. And hopefully it will work fine. I said to Amy, because I didn't sleep all night. I'd be preaching all night. So I didn't sleep. And I've just been up, you know. And you said to me, and I remember, and don't take this the wrong way, and it really not meant to be the wrong way. You said, you know, it's a good idea if I stay sick, you know, because I get more revelations. Because you said in my report, I thought this myself. I thought it myself. No. But listen, Maharaj, you said have another operation.
Yeah, I was joking. You know,
I know you were joking.
You had such a good revelation in it. Go ahead.
Loads. I know you was joking, but I thought it myself as well.
Oh, you did?
Going through the drama of that experience.
It's a drama.
Yeah, going through the drama of that experience instead of just allowing it to happen. Just let go and let Krishna is what I forget. You know, but just having another operation. I really don't want to, but it was a great experience.
You don't have to have another operation.
I know I don't want to, but who knows? I don't want to. But I understand the joke in a deeper way, because I thought it myself before. Oh my God, I just realized for some reason I had to go through it this way by having this operation and receiving the Lord and him sheltering me and making it go smoothly, and receiving those revelations by listening to him. You know, that's why he gave them me.
Of course. Yeah.
There was one more thing. I think that's it, really. That's it. So it was really nice. And with my body and my bodily troubles, I'm sheltered by the Lord. I have my little stubborn little false ego that likes to appear. It enjoys it as well. The silly little cow. Sorry. Yeah. Monkey. But yes, really, really strengthened by, even Janaki said something to me, and it made me realize that again, I've been through another drama to realize that Krishna is my shelter because
Mm.
you are my guru. I went through another drama, and he's like making me really solid and realizing that these are just experiences. Just go through them. I'm holding, Krishna is saying, I'm holding you, I'm sheltering you, and I will protect you. And it's true. It's absolutely
Mhm.
true. So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah,
Sir.
I was feeling something like that in the chanting today. I was chanting, and I was feeling, wow, this, it's like, yeah, it's like that, like, yeah, just keep coming back to use, just this relationship with Krishna will get me through everything, whatever I need to get through. Let me just keep taking shelter here, keep, like that. And I realized, oh yeah, you through, any problems I have that are existing or just because of lack of shelter, just take more shelter, keep chanting more, and just, especially once you get the potency, it's like, hey man, it's like, hey man, you want more shelter, just keep chanting more,
So Maharaj, it was like I was testing him without realizing. Right, I'm gonna have this Mardi mood.
Ah,
Mm. And I couldn't speak properly. Remember, you said your voice has changed. Because I really
yeah.
wanted to tell everybody to F off.
Yeah,
Ah,
my
Ah,
voice
do you
changed.
remember?
yeah.
My voice has changed. I just wanted them
Oh,
to, because you have to jump through their hoops. There's so many
sure.
hoops you have to jump through. And then I just started chanting and talking to Krishna, and he came straight away.
Yeah, yeah,
Straight away. And then it just was so nice. The doctor changed, and the staff changed, and there wasn't that much pain, and it went smoothly, and hopefully it will go smoothly now as well.
yeah. This is Krishna. He's just, yeah. He helps. It makes everything easier. Then,
Yeah,
yeah,
we make it hard ourselves. We will make
yeah.
it more difficult in that
Well,
illusion.
it's. See, the thing is, we're just learning all of it. We're just learning how the shelter of the transcendental Lord, we can have that. This is who He wants to give this to us, and is giving it to us, and how it makes everything easier and smoother and more wonderful. And that's the best thing about what's going on here in the world is people without this shelter see more and more clearly how difficult things are getting, how hard it is, and this here will makes everything much more palatable and easier. um, yeah, I mean, this is a great time for preaching and for offering the shelter. That's why more people are coming. You notice they're coming, they're looking, there's like, oh yeah, where's the real thing? Things are getting exposed. Even the gurus are getting exposed. Often if they're not really guru. I mean, if you're not a deliverer now, I mean, what hope do you really have for people? What they can hope to just become a good I mean, come on, man. Lord Chaitanya has come in this Kali Yuga to give spontaneous devotion. And this is available now again. Why wait so many lifetimes when this is here now? This is revived, this preaching. This preaching is rare. That's why I told the devotee, the French devotee, he said, where can I get this in France? Oh, where are you going to find? There ain't one person in France that I just, after what I've seen, there ain't anybody, man. I went to the best of them, the one or the best in the eyes of these persons in the world. They're like Devananda Pandits to me. See, people were going to the Devananda Pandits and thinking, oh, he's a pure devotee. He's given great Bhagavatam. He's austere. It's always he's like a sannyasi and austere and renounced and humble as pie like Radhanath. And or externally, you think that externally, this thing is it. But it's not, and I'm here to show what Lord Chaitanya showed 500 years ago. It's not it. How else? If I don't preach like this, like he did, how can love of God manifest? You'll believe in these Devananda Pandits. You'll believe that Radhanath can give you this ecstatic love, even though you didn't get it yet, after 20, 30 years of being his disciple. You'll believe Jaipataka will give it to you, even though after 40 years of following him, you didn't get it. You'll believe Narayan Raj will give it to you, even though after 40 years following him, or 20 years, or 10 years, or 1 year, and you don't have it yet. And I get faulted for just pointing out the obvious. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there.
It's
And it's
here.
not, yeah, it's not in the Vaidhi platform. I teaching you the verses now. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. And we proved it. What is the problem? Why should I be faulted for telling you the truth? Well, that's just how things go, because it's war here with Maya. I'm warring against speculation, man. I got the Bhagavad. That's why Prabhupada was very pleased. Man, you got my book now. Use it to full advantage. Take advantage of the
Full
situation.
force.
Yeah, you come here, prove me wrong there, Acharya Dave, anybody. Prove me wrong. Show me that you, say like a guy like Prem Parojin, has all the good verses, follows by. Great example. Thank you for your preaching there, Prem Parojana. Thank you for your example. I like example. You show me how you can be such a great follower and sincere and all of that stuff, and yet not produce ecstatic devotion like we do. I love that example, man. Because people are looking at you and think, well, let me follow him for another 10, 20 years and not get ecstatic devotion. Why? Because he believes in the wrong line. He believes in Narayan Raj as his guru. I don't believe he's my guru, because he didn't give that result to me. And that's all I'm looking for. But Prem Parojana believes in that. Therefore, all he can get is that boon of having knowledge, good regulations, and follow austerities like Narayan Raj did. But no ecstatic devotion, no prema bhakti. But here you get it. So, what is better? Superficial knowledge and speculations on the path, or the truth, the conclusive understanding, and the ecstatic devotion? What trumps everything in this world? That's all I'm saying. What fault is there in just at some point, just a flat out truth, man, of what's really going on, beyond all these feigned. Well, he's a senior devotee, like Sachi said. Oh, this Kamalakanta is a senior devotee. Senior? Are you kidding? You want senior? You come here and I'll show you the senior Lord. He's senior. Lord Caitanya is senior here. He's senior to all of us. And he's here working and teaching and liberating. Don't give me any senior Moda goody two shoes persons who toe the party lines of ISKCONs and all that. He didn't free me. I was under he was temple president. I was still miserable. Couldn't free me. I was miserable under his leadership. Why? Because he's a goody two shoes, not good enough to liberate. I was there. I was burnt out. Even though he's nice temple president, everything, I still burnt out. The same thing. You guys, all your leadership out there, they still can't deliver you, but people come here and this word delivers you. This ecstasy delivers you. We do the deed. What's the fault in showing such exalted, amazing grace in this world? What is the fault of that? Only the speculators don't like it, and we're after you. Lord Caitanya, Krishna, he's the deliverer of the speculators. But he's got to flex his muscles too, He's got to show, hey, man, you want to be buff? Conclusive truth is buff, man. Not speculation. You guys are weaklings, skinny. We live on the conclusive truth and ecstatic devotion of Radha. Therefore, we got muscles. You see them bulging. You see them, River? The bulging muscles. Oh, don't look at the bodies. Look at the muscles, man. We're muscle men and women here. We're like those guys that have these excessive muscles. That's the problem. People think these guys are too much ecstasy, too much truth. They're just bulging with it, man, with smiles on their face. Yeah, we got extraordinary. We got Wonder Women here. Did you know Wonder Woman is here? You want to see Wonder Woman? I'll show you Wonder Woman. I usually don't like to to show these things, but why not? We show you Wonder Woman here today. Let's see here. Oh, is that how I do it? I'll do it like this here. Wonder Woman. Where is Wonder Woman here? Present day. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. Uh-huh. Is it this one? Nope, there. Oh, okay, I can't get it. It doesn't work. I'll show you another time. There you go. Hey, you got a Wonder Woman bracelet.
Rango bought it me.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
Maharaj,
okay. What? Go ahead.
with your preaching and breaking me out of the mode of goodness, because you don't realize how much you are in the mode of goodness until you're actually being taken out of it, and being able to speak to people without being scared of confrontation and just speaking truth.
Yeah,
It actually
yeah.
brings things out of them.
Yeah, it
And
does.
you can see where they're at.
Yeah,
You can see exactly where they're at, and then you can actually really preach.
yeah.
Because of the nonsense that quite a lot of nonsense that they come out with.
Yeah.
But then you can really preach, and it's changing a little. With
Yeah,
them
it
as well.
brings out their real mentality.
Mm,
See?
yeah.
Otherwise, you can't do it. That's why this stuff, it brings out, could you imagine these gurus, they listen, they bring them there, oh, there, whatever it is, which is probably a lot of that rage. Some people go nuts. These are the
This
demons
devotee was
inside people.
she's really nice. She's really nice. She's a devotee. She was born into it. Her parents were devotees, and she has some energy, but it's Vaidhi kind of mystic power kind of energy. And she was talking about how she says the true things, but she was saying, "Oh yes," because I talk about the gradual process with you. And she was saying, "Yes, it's a gradual process after many lifetimes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
boom, no, it's not, and then putting the verses and showing that, the devotees in our sanghas have attained the Lord in this lifetime because of your advancement, your relationship, your deep Vedanta with the, through your bhakti with the Lord, and you're given this deep knowledge that you share with us, and it transforms us. The absolute truth, the Lord himself revealing himself to us through you is changing and transforming us. The power of the Lord, there's nowhere else that is better. We have a great guru. We have an exceptional guru that is just solid. What kind of spiritual father do you want? This is our spiritual father. So strong, I'm so pleased. You're such a cool guy, Maharaj. Cool hip guru, because what's his name, Osho, he used to be this kind of hip guru as well, but he wasn't conclusive. You are just hip and cool and approachable, and people can come to you because you give out everything for everyone, and anyone can come and be sheltered here, however they are. You've taught us so well. You have made us, we're like you. I'm like you, Maharaj. Alita's like
Yeah,
you. We're like
you're a little
you.
rascal. You're just a little
Oh God,
rascal.
I am. I apologize to this devotee. I says I'm like my spiritual father. I'm a bit of a rascal, but I'm a lovable rascal now.
Yeah.
Before it was a lovable rascal, which is kind of nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
All right, great. Lolita, give us a word. Yeah, it's you. Yes, yes, yes. Mute your microphone
I
there.
think everything has been said.
You put your
Yeah.
sound up.
My sound is up. Is that okay like this?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is a perfect path, Guru Maharaj. It is that perfect just because the Lord is so strongly present here. You see the works that He is doing. You hear the words that He is saying. You hear this conclusive truth. You see everything that's working. The whole concept of Lord Chaitanya is just working in our Sangha. I cannot believe that people leave really after that suddenly it's not interested for them. They really, it shows that they don't have desire to have Krishna, because if you have a little bit of desire, you really must admit that this preaching is extraordinary. And especially, where do you have witnesses like here? Where can you find it? Have you ever heard about witnesses like in our Sangha? You don't hear
Hey,
this.
tell them to shut up now. The
Yeah, can you
Karuna,
please
shut up.
wait a little bit?
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah. Where else can you find it? You don't hear people talking about Krishna's consciousness like we do, the meetings we have, the experiences we have, the happiness we have, the understanding, um, living in Vrindavan, the beauty, the visions that I start getting now. Oh, good Maharaj.
This, that's actually you just spoke a scripture. In Brihat, in Bhakti Ratnakara, the author said nobody could imagine the kinds of discussions that these devotees like Srinivas had with his intimate followers. You could not imagine the kinds of conversations, but those very conversations are happening here that you couldn't even imagine unless it's here again, because it's the same Lord working here, the same consciousness, the same ecstasy, same line here. And so,
Confidential
yeah,
to
yeah,
trustworthy devotees.
yeah. And so whoever does come here, you get in on the most confidential conversations, and easily you become attracted to the real God, because these are the most amazing conversations that are in anywhere on this planet. The most confidential truths are here on all levels, all the way up to the Vrindavan Leela. And that, where is that? Nowhere. Nowhere are these conversations. And publicly. See, the verses are alive here and in force. Lord Chaitanya was the most merciful of all the incarnations. And so his actual devotees now in this preaching that we're doing are the most merciful of all the devotees until this date, like they were then. When the real associates were preaching ecstatic devotion, like we're preaching now, they were considered the most merciful, because even the ones said, like Narayan Raj, he's a devotee, he's a good person, right? You can't, dedicated a whole life to Krishna. You cannot be good. But I just pointing out it's not good enough. You can't have, if you want to end this here, you got to dethrone that king. See. So, what was my point now? What was my point?
You don't see it anywhere else. What you see here, the happenings, the miracles, the revelations, etc. You don't see it in other places. You don't hear it from other witnesses,
Yeah, yeah,
because it's
yeah.
really happening. It's that whole concept of Lord Chaitanya's job, he who is working here. It's
Yes,
not only giving us Radhe. No. He's taking care of everything, of the whole growth of the
the
garden.
whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, Radha and Krishna are manifesting here. Yeah, and so anyway, I forgot I had a specific point about that
Oh,
with Sangha, but anyway, that's okay. It'll come back at some point. Yeah, Yeah, that's so. Yeah, so what you said is exactly what's happening here. It's very rare, and you have an opportunity to come and partake of this. Whoever is led here, and if they appreciate, well, then that's great. Because I like this Krishna. I like this version of Krishna. I like this version of this ecstasy.
Yeah.
To me, it's the
Yes.
real version.
You're taken out of that complete illusion in which you have lived for such a long time, and everything that they try to make you believe in churches, etc. Everything about life, actually, we really were living in, in an illusion as long that you don't discover the real reality of life. You're living in an illusion, and we see the difference very clearly now. But that real reality, that eternal one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very rare stuff.
It's fantastic.
Okay, well, great. Thanks, Lolita. Tom, give us a word.
I feel molded in this process of trusting what's and listening and trusting that it's coming from Krishna. These words through Guru. I feel drunk and it's so yeah.
Yeah, this is the secret. Like yesterday, I wrote something that was really good. I thought, wow, this is really nice for Tom. I wrote a response. And I noticed you really liked it too. I thought, oh, this is great. Because when you start to be able to taste these verses and the exquisiteness of them, especially when they're spoken, like I just elaborated on some things. But this is the beauty of it. And then you're able to really relish, like a connoisseur, these verses that are beyond speculation. See, they're actual as they are, and they're in the vision of the revealed scriptures. And then you see them like the verses say. You see you can relish the treasures. See these treasures of the revealed scriptures. See? Because they're treasures, but you have to treasure them. See, but that you have to have the potency. You have to be purified by hearing from devotees and purifying of the speculations and the other contaminations. And then you can just relish what the devotees say. If you meet a living devotee, then it's like you're Arjuna or you're Mars Prikshit listening to a Shukadev. See, and when you hit that point, you're going back to Godhead, because that's what happened to him. He was listening to Shukadev Goswami, and he just heard, just like nectar, the words. The truths were like treasure to him, because that's how it is in the spiritual world. The treasure, the conclusive understanding of the Lord, and only the living devotees can speak it. Otherwise, it's spoken in the scriptures by living devotees who wrote it down, but then you got the persons who are the imposters still. And I say imposter. You can be sincere devotee. You can be in the mode of goodness, and you can be following perfectly and everything. But if you put yourself on the throne, I'm here to dethrone that, deflower that. It's just mode of goodness flower. That's it. If you're sitting on the high seat there and you're saying, I represent Radha and Krishna Vrindavan, come through me, I'm your savior. And you can say, well, I'm not saying that. Well, why are you disciples going, oh, Gurudev, give me mercy then? That's hypocrisy. I got to point out these things, the spots on the cloth, because otherwise you believe that you can deliver your disciples, or you're acting like it by taking even the word spiritual master. Well, have you mastered spirit? Have you mastered Krishna? Can you call him and come and prove? And he comes and you prove it. You call him and Radha comes and you prove it. Can we see the symptoms of Radha and Krishna coming into your temple with such intense ecstasy? Tears start flooding your eyes, hair standing on end, and choking of the voice, and conclusive understanding of the absolute truth, like Thor's hammer. Can we see that? If not, well, there's a little hypocrisy there, and I'm here to, dethrone that. So if you don't get it, but if one disciple gets it and comes here, they get Krishna and Vrindavan in this lifetime, and maybe in a day or two even. Who knows? Very quick. If not, they still believe in your bullshit. They still believe you're a king, and you're not. I'll prove it. Bring me one of those kings, and I'll dethrone them. It's my job. Lord, give me whatever power is needed here. What, you point out their speculation? Well, I'll do it. Even though, there might be a spy here listening. But I tell you, there's enough of those kings that are so dastardly, even if they hear the truth, they don't want to give up their position. They want their control. Just like, what do you think? How much different is it than Bill Gates? You think if he heard the truth, he'd give up his position? Probably not, because they're attached to, control and manipulation and money. You don't think these gurus, you cannot help. You've grabbed, I'm telling you, take the position of spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava lineage. You've grabbed the head of the snake, my friend. You better be a pure devotee. You better be empowered with the transcendental potency. Otherwise, you're going down. I'm just speeding up the process. That's all. Your own deeds will take you down. Your speculations will take you down, pull you down. And while I'm here, many of you will go down and pay obeisances to this preaching. Why not? I think there's some sincerity in some of you guys out there. To see you're outdone, man. You're outmaneuvered. You're outclassed. When the Lord uses somebody, watch out, man. The illusion is at risk to be dethroned. Okay? So anybody who believes this preaching, if you think, oh God, is he offensive to Narayan Raj? Well, why is it we get more intelligence? Why are people getting more inspired? Why is River becoming broken out from these things? Why is Lalita getting visions? Why is Tom progressing? If Krishna is not pleased with me taking down these kings, all of them, all the way up to that level, proof is in the pudding. People here are getting ecstatic devotion because I'm doing what the Bhagavatam says. The Lord is empowering this fool, Gaur Das, the man with full of knots and imperfections, to take down these kings that are keeping you down and themselves down by their speculations. See, imposters. Where is the real devotee who is a real associate, the real spiritual master, here to deliver people into the real Vrindavan? That should be the question in everybody's minds. Who can prove it now? Otherwise, what do you got? Imposter kings. Well, yeah, I've got this ecstasy, but I won't show it. Or I can't show it, but I'll say I won't show it. See, I just juggle a few words. Instead of I can't show it, I say I won't. I won't show it because Rupa Goswami way back when, 550 years ago, didn't. And so we think and we speculate. And it's really good for my preaching because I can't show it. I'll just say I won't show it because of that. See, I juggle good, expert jugglers, man, all of them. See? And we say, no, we will show it because Lord Caitanya showed it. And Nichinunda showed it. And Narottam showed it. And Srinivas showed it. And preached the real Bhagavatam to prove it. And they used the Bhagavatam verses and principles to destroy the speculations of the speculators. The illusionists, they're the speculators in ISKCON and all these groups that create an illusion that they are Guru Deis, but can't prove it. can't prove the little simple verses of Lord Caitanya. Oh, yes, it's correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master, and none of them have done that, as far as I saw. But yet, we just say that, even with a t-shirt, we just say, well, look for the real path. The real path is the real verse. I just point out the real verse to you people, huh? What's the fault in that? I just say, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly spiritual master. I guess it must be here. That truth must be here because the verse is here in action. And not there, not in the Rayam Raj, not in Gaudiya Math, not in ISKCON. That verse is not there. No wonder they don't understand that verse. No wonder they still don't preach the real stuff. Do you see how the truth will set you free? Can anybody see how the truth will set you free from all the bullshit you believed in for your whole lives? Listening to these bullshitters, these imposters. Ooh. Can you imagine, Tom, these imposters? Ooh, this is fun, man. I love this game, man. This is so fun. That he throwing I just love it. Just the imposters, man. Let's get rid of them. Let's make these imposters real devotees. Which one of you imposters wants to be first? You'll be glorious. The demigods will shower flowers from heaven on you like Bali Maharaj. Come on. Is there anyone like that one who turned on Ravana, and became a real, sincere servant of Lord Ram and his associates? Anyone out there? Anybody want to be first? How about you, Radhanath? How about you, Acharya Dave? Jayapataka, you should be first before you kick the bucket, man. Need some more body parts to keep you going. Here, we'll get Krishna's body in you, and then everything will work really great. Janardhan, you already got it, man. You know how people get it? They have the right mood. Can you tell how Janardhan's got the right mood? The right attitude, the right feelings. See, that's being protected by Radha and Krishna. Can you see the devotees who are protected like that? Great, Tom. Thank you very much. All right, so I think that's probably good enough. We pounded on the illusion. The illusion was our whipping boy today. And anybody taking shelter of the illusion, you feel, listen, man. It's only because I'm just whipping the illusion. You just taking shelter of it. You feel the pain because you believe in the illusion. That's all. So let me whip the illusion more, and eventually the pain will go. When you let go of the faith in the illusion, the pain goes. That's what River's telling. Basically she's just letting the illusion go, and less pain now. Don't take this personally. I'm just whipping the illusion, all the illusory ideas, all the speculation. I just take the whip and just bam, relentlessly whipping that speculations and all that. If you identify with it, that's your problem. Or actually your good luck, actually, to feel this. This is the fire, my friends. Hey, you Guru Devs out there. This is the baptism by fire. I'm baptizing all of you guys. Why not? Why just do one? Let's do them all, man. Let's throw them all in the fire and see what arises from the ashes. A resurrection. Okay, enough ecstatic madness for a little while. Let's take a little break. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Whip the falsehood out of me, River Yamuna Devidasi. Yes. So it's Balaram's good fortune to have heard, put it on the table, what's really his idea. Yeah.